Hey guys, Carl here, Bunny's Garage. Today we're going to take a bit of a break from doing boring sanding and painting and that. Kind of done enough of that last few days. So we're going to get into something I don't really need to do right now, but I'm gonna, because I can. Going to get this motor out of the truck and put it over here somewhere. And yeah, alright, see you shortly. Right, back again. Like I was saying, I'm gonna get this motor out of the old Plymouth rat rod. Alright, it's the 350 that's going in the tea bucket. We'll get that out. We'll leave the trans in there. It's turbo 350 trans. That can stay in there. For now, it's going in the Oldsmobile one day, and the one for the Oldsmobile will go in here. But yeah, we'll get that motor out. Chuck it down over here somewhere. Or should I put it on an engine stand? Got an engine stand, but I've got to make sure that that torque converter, wherever it's gone, over there somewhere, is going to bolt up to that flexi plate. And make sure everything else is right, because powerglide's going behind it, which is over there. So stop talking shit and get into it, eh? Right, so I've already done all the engine mounts, taken the starter out, everything's unbolted, so hopefully it should just lift straight out of here and the trans won't come crashing down. Oh, that's right, there's a screwdriver stuck in there. Hopefully we won't have any problems like when I took the motor out the bucket, but you never know. There we go. Just like that. Nice and easy for once. Alright, let's go and dump this over there. not the easiest thing to do by yourself, eh? There we go. No. Yes. Right. I think both of the dowels are in there. Just bolting this bell housing. That one went in, so it must be right, eh? And that one. Alright. That one's gone way past the mount. Just drop it anyway. It's got no weight on it. It's so nice to have help. There it is. Kind of. Whew. So close. Maybe a little tap might get it in there, eh? If I get my hand in the right position. So I have to whack my hand. If in doubt, hammer it out. It's one in. The other side should just drop down. See if it's sitting on the mount. Way past. And it's in. Alright, it's the power reader. Alright, she's all in there now. I'll just go and deal with this and be back shortly. Back again, as you can see. Motors in there, motors over here. Just going to chuck this torque converter in there. This is the one that came with this, so whether it's any good, I don't know. Whether the trans is any good, I don't know. Alright. See, when you put these in, you want to sort of sit it there. See, it went in one. Give it a spin. And there it goes again. It goes right in. And it's just about touching the bell housing. You'll make sure it gets those two clicks in. Some people say it's 3, some people say it's 1, some people say they don't click. They do. But yeah, sometimes just the amount of clicks is a bit different. Oh, I did actually check this out. The flexi plate. It is a lot bigger than the one that came with this powerglide. I don't know whether that's going to make any difference. I guess we'll find out. Hey. But yeah, I'll use the one that came on this motor and hope it's right. But it does line up. It's got two different bulk patterns on this flexi plate, so you can take the smaller size converter. So hopefully the size doesn't actually matter. Apparently size does matter, you know. Ask anyone. But yeah, we'll find out the hard way, I guess. Alright, got some new bolts here. I haven't got washers yet, I forgot. So we'll just chuck it together with these in, just so it's together. Then we can bolt that converter up and finish off doing a few other bits and pieces. I still don't know whether I want to change that inlet manifold or not. Would like to. I guess we'll just wait and see. I still don't know yet. Yeah, those bolts are too long. Some washers now. Alright, I'll go find some washers. Alright, found some washers. I found two anyway. That'll do for now. Just so it gets this trans bolted on. So I can do that torque converter. There we go. The bolt here, I still have to bend this bracket for this so-called powerglide dipstick, which doesn't fit. Well, anyway, that's all on there now. So I can lift it up and do the torque converter, and then just go through that motor. Alright, so bolted on there. Just found a couple of rusty old washers, I'll have to buy some. So yeah, that's on there. Alright, so now still need to put gaskets on these. They're just sitting there. Clean up all the surfaces for the pipes go on, but I'll probably leave that till it's ready to go in, just so the paint stops it from rusting on that surface. What else? I could change this because this is shit. That's tight. Alright, it hasn't been off, so those bolts are tight. Shit. They just, nothing fucking fits anymore. Eh? It's ridiculous. I won't put a carb on there yet because I need to use that lifting plate. I did buy a carb somewhere. The other day we went to a swap meet down in Rotorua. Smelly old Rotorua. Bought these Trident mags. The ET ones. Yeah, I thought he went home, but never mind. They're slotted for Chev Ford. Still don't know what I'm going to use them for. They're 15 by 10s. Bloody mint, and they were way too cheap to walk past. Well, they weren't cheap when I walked past, but I nagged and nagged until I got them for what I wanted, which was dirt cheap. Here's a carb here, picked up from the shop meet. So just 600 Holly vacuum secondaries, manual choke. Apparently came off a running vehicle, which I believe him. He's quite a cool old dude. So I bought the rims off as well. Really fair on his prices, which you don't see very often these days. But yeah, anyway, I'll go find some more bits for this. I've still got to line up the timing, drop that dizzy in properly, set it all up on number one. Got to find some vacuum fucking ports and shit. Find where I put the other thermostat housing. Some gaskets for the rocker covers. They need to be cleaned up, but can't really be bothered. I've got a set of new plugs, but I'll put them in once I put the headers on, because knowing me, I'll drop it, break a plug. And yeah, find the bolts that I've bought some new torque converter bolts, so I'll find them, put them in, and then it's all ready to go in the bucket once I finally get round to painting these. All this stuff, it's headlight brackets, sort of steering arm, there's all the front leaf spring all pulled apart, so everything's all in epoxy. The diff's been epoxied, primed, and all sanded back. Could do it with another coat of primer, same with the front end. Been epoxied, primed, and I've just gone through with some spot putty, just filled in some of the ugly bits. Yeah, there's a couple on the back there which you're not really going to see, a couple on the front, nothing major, just a couple of ugly bits that you will see because you'll be looking down on that. All these arms are all epoxied. I epoxied all these front arms and steering arms and that a couple of days ago, so they should be ready to be sanded now and primed. There's a steering rack there, so we'll get in there. Once we get all these all sanded, primed and sanded again, they can all go back together after they're painted, of course, and then I can put all the front end diff back in the chassis, and then the motor can go in. So, and over here we have a pretty ugly looking motor in here now. It's meant to be a runner. Well, it used to run when it was taken out of the car, like in the 90s. Still turns over 3 years. Oh shit, we've got to take that off too. Plate for the fuel pump, because that one's got a block off plate on it. So I need that. I've got a new fuel pump. And yes, I know it's a 2-barrel manifold with a 4-barrel sitting on top of the studs, just cause. But yeah, this motor is only a 305. That's enough for this thing. As long as it runs, I'll be happy. Right, so I'll go find some shit and we'll set that motor up a little bit, eh? Alright, be back shortly. Alright, back again. Just set this motor up so I can put that dizzy in properly. Even though I haven't decided about this rocker cover yet. I don't know. Anyway, so here's the timer mark there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. And there's 0. Right there. That's lined up. Bang on the mark. Can set it up slightly advanced if you like. Alright, easiest way to tell if you've got it on TDC, not 180 out. Alright, both those valves closed. Piston, I don't know if you can see, piston's right at the top. Just think you can't press anything in there, piston's right there. So, it's on TDC, it's on your firing stroke, compression stroke. The valves are closed. Alright, and then I'm going to take the dizzy out. I'll just chuck this dizzy in just to fill the hole. Alright, I always like having these sort of sit there for your vacuum. Alright, number one, turn around. Oh, there's actually a mark on the dizzy there. Alright. And then drop her in. Probably going to have to move the pump, the oil pump, I would say. Yep. Yeah, it's too far around. Yeah, I need of adjustments. Get it back round. No. So we're going to have to just move that fuel pump a little bit. Fuel pump. Dickhead. Oil pump. What you do is just get a nice long flathead screwdriver. Pull that out, put that on number one, the markers, so it's like that. You look down in the hole there, and if you can see, probably not, see down there, right down there, you can see the fuel pump drive, oil pump drive. Alright, I can't do this and show you at the same time. You can see, there it is. So you want to turn that like that maybe, and we'll try again. Nope. There it is. Alright, so here's your number one, pointing towards your number one. It's usually how you set them up. Alright, there's your timing mark right there. Alright, you've still got plenty of adjustment for your timing. That back there. There's a cap. It's not the cap I'm using, I've got a new one. Alright, set that on there. Number one will be this one. Alright. Done. Put your little retainer bolt back in, hold your dizzy in, but I won't do that just yet. So I've just realised I haven't got a gasket in there. Alright, so still have to find that. Still don't know what to do with this manifold. I don't know whether I want dusty. I don't know whether I want I don't know what I want. I don't know whether I want an orange manifold now. Because I have got this chrome flower pot looking air cleaner that I'm going to stick on. This big ugly thing here. Alright. But yeah, the plan with this, when it was in this, the motor, it was going to be like the shiny thing, alright? The rest of it is just going to be shit. Now it's going in this bucket. Kind of want a bit more. It does look alright, but it doesn't look alright, if you know what I mean. Probably not. I don't know. Let me find the carb, eh? Right, back again. I was going to chuck a few things on that motor, and yeah, I didn't. The leads that I brought, these ones, they're like fucking 10 feet long, so they're rubbish, because they wrap round, they wrap right round, come out the dizzy, wrap right round, hang down to the bottom of the sump, and then come up. Like, they're way too long. Just ugly. So I'll buy some new leads again. But yeah, I've just got a bit sidetracked from what I was doing, as you do. And motor's gone. I just couldn't resist. Yeah, it's all together and had the trans on it. I just couldn't resist. I had to put it in. Just had to. So there it is. It's in there. Won't be staying in there, of course. It's only just, it's not tight. It's just got the bolts through the mounts and trans is just sitting on the mount at the back. It's not staying in there. It will have to come out again, but I just wanted to get it in here so I knew so I can do my brake lines in that, because the brake line comes out of the bottom of this, isn't bolted on, and comes down, and it used to run across the crossmember along there and up over to here into the booster, but yeah, so I just wanted this back in just so I knew how much room I had between, you know, the crossmember and the trans, so I can run it nice and tight. I don't want it anywhere near the radiator. Fuck's sake, wrong end. I don't want it anywhere near the drive shaft, any of these lines, so I want to run them quite tight under here. Let's go up here, and I might, I suppose it doesn't really matter, because if the drive shaft snaps at the front, it's going to be a hell of a mess anyway. I won't need brakes, it'll just catapult you. I might put a loop in it, I think. Might be safer, but yeah, anyway, the brake line has to come over here into the booster, then front to back. It's only a single block booster. Some people don't like them, because if you blow one line, you run out of fluid in there, you lose all the brakes. But, you know, shit happens, eh? So yeah, it's in there. So now I can, yeah, like I said, run all the lines, because all the lines run through here to the front brakes. I've got to run a fuel line. I don't know where my tank's going yet. I have to wait till the bucket's back on, but I can run a bit of fuel line to wherever and bring it up and just, you know, leave a long bit of pipe until I figure out where the fuel tank is or how it's going to work. But yeah, I can just, you know, get a bit more done now. Hunt down some hoses. I still need to find an alternator and a bracket. I probably will change these pulleys, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah. Once the fan goes on, the fan's going to be up here. I might just put an electric fan on there, leave those pulleys on. I have got a low mount bracket for an alternator that matches these pulleys, so it will run with them. But yeah, I can sort out hoses and just where everything's going to go, so I can sort of get all that done and roughed in, and then I'll pull the motor out again, so I can get the drill in here and drill and put some P-clamps and that in for the brake lines. And yeah, it also keeps the motor out of the way while I finish doing all the rest of this shit. Still gotta sand all this crap, blah blah blah, like I said earlier on. But yeah, now that gives me a little bit more motivation looking at that, to just get off my ass, get everything painted so I can put it back together and put the bucket back on. And then I'll probably get sick of looking at the bucket because it's rough and got scratches and chips, and I'll probably end up painting that and doing the interior. But not right now, because that takes money, which I don't have. So yeah, anyway, that's that. Motor in. The fun begins. And now this thing has got a really ugly looking motor, which kind of suits it because the rest of it's ugly. But that motor will come out again. Like I said, that trans is going in the Oldsmobile trans is going in there. So when I do all that and pull the motor out to do the chassis, paint the chassis in that, which will be a long way away yet, Yeah, I'll paint that motor up again. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there. Bit of a weird video, jumping all over the place and getting sidetracked, but it's done now. Motor's in there. So that's about it. So thanks for watching. If you're subscribed, you're awesome. If you're not, please do subscribe, like, share, all of that. Yeah, just helps me with the motivation, you know. More people watching, the more keen I am to do it. Otherwise I get lazy lately. So anyway, alright, until next time, have a good one, look after yourselves. See you.